Special caller in. We've had him on the show before. Super guy. That's Bill Desy, and he's. We're gonna talk about some fun stuff today. So, Uncle Bill, you on the line?
Yeah, I'm here. How you guys doing?
Good, man. Are you holding up in your house, or where are you at?
Yeah, I'm up in the house here. We're all trying to get over being sick. So
no, not you too.
We had it. I just got my Z-Pack yesterday, so it should be good.
Wow. You going to get that steroid thing too, or no?
No, probably not.
Yeah, that thing really kicks your butt. So anyway, so you and I were talking a little bit about this whole, and Mike Schwartz, we're talking about the CCW and what's happening here in San Diego. So, you're doing your CCW classes here. Anyone could take them. By the way, what's your website?
CCWUSA.com.
Yeah. And I've taken classes from Bill. So what are you seeing as far as this local CCW happenings?
Well, we see a lot of interest in it. Like I said, a lot of folks have been getting the multi-state permits, so get the Arizona or Florida permit, so they can carry outside of California. And then I've personally seen an increase in applicants that have been approved just in the last couple of months. Probably mostly like maybe 100% due to the efforts of San Diego County gun owners and just trying to get the sheriff to loosen the reins on issuing permits.
So I got to tell you, we've been getting a lot of non-believers, people, because we worked really, really hard, and I appreciate you saying that, Bill. Thank you very much. We've worked really, really hard to get the sheriff to budge, and it looks like he's budged. But I'm getting a lot of non-believers, people saying, come on, it's not happening, But you're the guy, Bill, who teaches them the class, and so are you definitely seeing? You and I have talked off air about this a lot, but you're definitely seeing an increase in approvals. And would you say that they're I don't know how to put it, but would you say that they're good cause? Would you say that the good causes that are getting approved, that it has expanded in scope? Maybe that's a good way of putting it.
Absolutely, because in the past I probably could have told you this is probably most of my students have this, and this. And they're common denominators. Yeah, business, maybe transporting cash. They're the owner.
Right.
They're in a high-risk occupation. Now I've seen folks come through with approvals, and I'm kind of in a little bit of shock and disbelief when I look at their good cause statement, and I say, like, do you know anybody? Are you rich and famous? Are you, are you married to someone that's influential? Nope. Just here's what I put down. I do this, and this, and it's just less than what has been required in the past. They're showing that they're elevated above the average person, so you can't just go in and say, I don't feel safe, or there's some crime in my neighborhood, or I know a gang member. You'd have to be able to articulate that there's something you do, either with your job or not with your job, which is new too. It's always been, if you said I'm a volunteer or I have a hobby, they just say, well, don't do that. And now they're saying, oh, well, if you actually do these things and they do put you at greater risk, then they'll actually consider that.
And if you can explain it. Yeah.
I've had a couple folks approved because they go hiking and camping and they travel in a motorhome, or they go, camping with motorcycles, or they're out in the desert a lot, or they're out in the wilderness where there's no cell phones, there's no, reliable police response because they're in the middle of nowhere. And if you look at Southern California, I mean, we got a pretty big chunk of desert land that people are in frequently, especially during the summertime.
Wow, those excuses would have never flown a year and a half ago. Like that, you would have been laughed out of the building.
Yep.
Yeah, if you went in and said, I want a CCW because I go camping, they would have, well, there's the door.
Yeah.
Forget it. Now,
it wasn't really an option.
Have you had the opportunity? We just put out San Diego County Gun Owners just put out a short video, it's about a 7.5, 8 minute long video that's a step-by-step on how to apply for your CCW, and it includes what to write for your good cause. Have you had the opportunity to review that, Bill?
I have. I've actually seen it. I think I may have a copy of it posted on my website.
Okay, good. I was going to ask, how do you feel about that, or what were your thoughts on that?
I thought it was outstanding. I thought it was really, again, I don't want to encourage people that don't want to get a permit or that don't own a gun to run out and buy guns and get permits.
Right.
But the folks that do feel, hey, it's my right, or even better, it's my responsibility to be able to protect myself and my family when I'm outside my home, those folks have an opportunity to potentially apply and get approved for a California permit.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. And how often do you do your classes, and what's the cost, give or take?
Right now, I do for the initial California permit, I do 2 a month on the first and third Saturdays of each month, and the cost is $200. But I have had quite a few requests for private classes, so I've been doing some of those as well. So I'll have people that don't want to sit in a group class go ahead and do a private class. Yeah,
that's terrific. Well, I got to say, I've been hanging out with Mike Schwartz since he started San Diego County Gun Owners, and I remember people saying every time when I'm hanging out with Mike meets a new person, they go, "Oh yeah, man, how can I get a CCW in San Diego County?" And here we are. Open the door. They have the chance of getting the CCW. Now you hear Mike saying they don't believe it. That's just awesome.
And it's true because there's a lot of negativity out there, or people that are, either they say, well, I already tried and I got denied, or I know somebody who tried and they got denied.
Yeah, there you go.
So it's just a waste of time. I've even had close friends of mine, when I posted Mike's video on Facebook, they said, oh, it's a waste of time. You're just going to lose your money. Because maybe they'd gone in a year ago or 6 months ago, and they told them, they laughed them out of the room and said, no, that doesn't meet our requirements. And now it does meet the requirements.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, he's the authority. You know what? Who's the authority is? We got the authority, you and Mike Schwartz. We got Joe Holyfield. We got the authority in the room. Ladies and gentlemen, go down and apply for your CCW if you truly want to have one, and you're going to be a responsible person with that weapon.
And I'm proud to say my wife got approved and is going to be taking your class within the next month, Bill. I'm really looking forward to that.
Excellent. Outstanding.
That's actually how I met Bill about 10 years ago. We went and got our Utah CCW, and Bill is a fantastic instructor. But I guess we had to go in and do range time because we were going to get our Florida as well, I think. Right, Bill? Florida requires range time. So so we took my Glock in, and my wife and I, we both had to go and take the range test, and I sent her in first.
Oh, there you go.
And so I went in after her, and we were both using the same gun. And Bill said, "Is that your wife?" And I said, "Yeah." And she did such a good job. He goes, "You don't need a CCW. Just get her to protect you."
Yeah, that's awesome.
And it was. I knew right then and there we'd be long time friends.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
Bill, what is your background? How long have you been doing this?
Oh, I started teaching classes back in the early '90s. I had working loss prevention for Big Bear Supermarkets, apprehended a shoplifter, and we got in a little scuffle and ended up getting stabbed. Jeez. And it was actually the detectives that were working on that case and the prosecutor that said, hey, you should go get a CCW permit. Your job's pretty risky. You bled all over the place. So they put that guy in jail for 24 years. But the result was I went down to the sheriff's department. Super simple process. At the time, John Duffy was sheriff. I just went in and said, yeah, here's my case report. Here's the incident. Showed him the police report and everything. I got a CCW permit for personal protection. I think I was about 22 or 23 years old. And it was no problem.
All you got to do is get stabbed. That's no problem.
Yeah.
That's not a problem at all.
Hey,
That's an easy way to do it.
There's got to be a better way to do this.
We've streamlined the process a little. No longer do you have to get stabbed, thanks to San Diego County Gun Owners.
Yes.
Bill, give us your website again. Give us your website again, my friend.
It's CCWUSA.com.
All right, man. Well, hey, kick that flu's butt, and we'll look forward to having you on the show again. Thanks for calling in.
All right, sounds good. Great.
Without someone doing something about it, it's not going to get any better.